Yo, ho ho, yo. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have to say it's been a very hot minute since MMA Reloaded has been live on your YouTube screen. So I just thought today, fuck it, why not? Welcome and welcome back. For those of you following us on Instagram, it is one of those things where, the MMA scene has never been hot as it is right now in the modern era. With all these guys coming up, and people think that when UFC puts on a pay-per-view and it's not star-studded, top to toe, and you have these guys like we have tonight, like Brock Weaver competing, and you have guys like Corey Anderson and Jan Blachowicz main eventing, which in my opinion, and in any true fan who has been following UFC until now and seen the development of the light heavyweight division, is the legitimate main event to have, to see who will meet John Jones next. Now, the reason why I think that these types of cards are better, where you have rising stars on the card instead of your quintessential all-star matchups, is because fans get educated this way. Fans get educated and you get hooked because it's these guys that are hungry. Guys like Khalid Taha, who kicked off a UFC Fight Night prelim show, and with a 30-something second knockout, and now people know that name. Like guys like Nasrat Haqparast, lost his UFC debut, but he comes back and makes a statement. Guys on the Contender series, Sadiq Youssef, Brock Weaver, who we're going to see tonight, who I've just mentioned, all these guys, and these are the guys that are going to lead the UFC in the future. And you already have champions that are doing it right now at a tender age, like Max Holloway, Volkanovski, you got Israel Adesanya, of course, John Jones, who I think is the modern day greatest of all time. And then you have call-outs. Notice I didn't mention Henry Cejudo in my when I was talking about leaders of the modern era. Call-outs. You don't like someone, you want to fight them, you fight them. Or guys get tired because they either been sitting on the sideline, and when an opportunity opens up and either a guy backs out of a fight, or he got injured or something like that, you have even like what James Krause did. Real fans know who James Krause is. One of the toughest SOBs, a real veteran's veteran, if you know what I mean. He's not old in that sense. You don't have to be old to be a vet. In MMA, you gotta be battle tested. You gotta be battle tested to be a veteran in MMA. James Krause is just that man. When he stepped in on less than 24-hour notice to meet Trayvon Giles now at UFC 247, you kind of feel that, holy shit, this guy is one tough SOB, and and there ain't no doubt he was a tough SOB. He took a young prospect, standout like Trayvon Giles, to a split decision. And that's because he had the will to fight. Now, guys that you compare James Krause jumping in to that fight to someone like Darren Till. I've been following Darren Till for a long time now in the UFC. Back when he broke Bojan Velaskovic's nose. to now when he's trying to go one-on-one with Jared Cannonier at UFC 248, folks. It's a fucking card. I have to say, it is one of the most stacked motherfucking cards I've ever seen in 2020. We're still early days in 2020, but the UFC, I have to say, when with these international fight weeks, they sort of bring out the best in them, you know what I mean? They bring out the best fighters. They bring out the rising stars, and the rising stars are normally the ones that rise up, grab them bonuses by the fucking horns and hump it into submission. At UFC 248, Jared Cannonier, Blade Wesley Snipes himself, was supposed to go one-on-one and welcome back Robert Whittaker into the cage after Whittaker's devastating loss to the style bender Israel Adesanya, losing his title in the process. Jared Cannonier was supposed to fight Robert Whittaker, and no doubt it was one of the biggest fights for Jared, because a win over Whittaker would have propelled him up there to Israel and right up Israel's ass, because Paulo Costa comes back, beats Yoel Romero. Yeah, but where the fuck is Paulo Costa? Oh yeah, I forgot, he's sticking needles into his fucking arse cheeks. I don't know what that guy's problem is. Yeah, and now Yoel Romero gets his third middleweight championship shot. I have to say, Yoel Romero, when I watch Yoel Romero and Robert Whittaker, number two, this is, afterwards a lot of fans are saying, oh, we should have a new middleweight champ, Yoel should have won it, blah blah blah. It's a bit like Jones and Reyes, except Jones and Reyes was a lot more controversial than Romero and Whittaker too. The thing is, with Yoel Romero, he has the potential, he has the power, he's a freak. He can be one of the scariest middleweight champions in the history of the UFC. And he loses because he gets careless. Yeah, he loses because he gets careless. He's too busy being explosive to taking his time and going after the goal, which is to get your hand raised at the end of it. Now, you want to take your time with Yoel, yeah, and I think Israel Adesanya is going to use his intelligence, similar game plan to what he used against Derek Brunson because of the wrestling, but Yoel's going to be a lot fucking stronger. The thing is, what I'm trying to get to here, yeah, with the call-outs is, and I was talking about Jared Cannonier and Darren Till before I got sidetracked. Jared Cannonier is an animal. He's reinvented himself from heavyweight, light heavyweight, now 185 middleweight. It's almost a 200 pound, it's almost a 400 pound weight drop. 200 pound, 100 pound weight drop, yeah. And he looks jacked. He's been focused. He's been winning. He's been kicking ass. Whittaker pulls out. Darren Till comes and jumps on Twitter and says he wants to fight Jared. Whether it's going to happen or not, I have no idea. But the last report I saw was that ESPN and the UFC never had a fight for Jared Cannonier to back up Whittaker. So I actually threw in Kelvin Gastelum and I threw in Darren Till. I think Darren Till will be a great match for Jared Cannonier with the height, physical strength. It's going to be a standout war. I think fans want to fucking see it. I want to see it. You know what, guys? When I do these videos here, yeah, sort of, you sort of think to yourself. I sort of been following Henry Cejudo on Twitter lately, yeah. And he's trolling the shit out of Valentina Shevchenko. He trolled the shit out of Alexander Volkanovski. If you've seen the tweet, he's saying quadruple C because he wants a featherweight belt. I've been calling Henry Cejudo out on this shit for a long time since he made that shit video and called out Jose Aldo. look, check this out. Yeah, I don't have no problem with trash talk, shit talk at press conferences. When the fight's set, the two guys are there sitting on a podium and throwing barbs at each other and then settle it in a cage. I have no problem with that. Yeah, it's respect. You want to talk shit at someone and expect to get a rise or expect to get a fight out of it? Suck my dick. It's not how it works. Yeah, you ain't even just as big a star as Conor McGregor. If McGregor did that, Dana White would right be on his ass and considering the fight, because McGregor's a fucking star among stars, a superstar among stars. Henry Cejudo is just a little ass with 2 belts. Defend the fucking title, and then we'll see what's up. That's all I gotta say, folks. You know what? Be prepared for something new on MMA Reloaded. In April, we will be starting our podcast. We will be live. MMA Reloaded presents Resurrection. We have guests, former fighters, current fighters, ready to come and speak to us and be a part of this phenomenon here in MMA Reloaded. We will also be live at UFC Auckland in the flesh, and we will bring the action live to you from that beautiful arena, the beautiful event that it will be. Folks, love life and love MMA, because MMA loves you. Peace.